Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna talk about how to get free, high profit clients into your contractor in the next 45 days. For those who don't know me, my name is Lane Boland. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of CQC Home. We're a $15 million remodeler out of Raleigh, Durham. I make these videos because 96% of contractors will go broke over a 10-year period, and I don't want you to be one of them. Let's talk about this. How do you get free clients in the door? That's such a strange thing. And you probably think, oh, Lane, is this about referrals? No, this isn't about referrals. This is about selling design. So many of us are doing so much free work in terms of bidding and pricing out jobs and getting takeoffs and sourcing material, only for the client to say, hey, thanks, but no thanks. You just wasted 4, 8, 16 hours of your week that you could have spent building something or running your guys or taking a meeting with a realtor. You're doing something that actually makes you money, but instead this homeowner wasted all your time on a fucking fishing expedition and you're left with nothing other than wasting 16 hours in their gratitude. Unacceptable. And so then the next evolution, this happened to me too. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just start charging for estimates. And you know what happened? My close rate just plummeted because a lot of these clients were like, well, why am I gonna pay you for an estimate? Like, I can get that for free. And so yeah, that shit screens out a lot of the price conscious customers, but it also denies you the opportunity to persuade and sell somebody that could have been persuadable or sellable because they were just put off at the idea of paying for something they could have got for free. So the next obvious path to me was to move my remodeler to being a design build firm. And you're like, great, Lane, I don't have architects, I don't have designers. Like, that sounds great on paper, but that's not gonna work for me. Listen, I didn't either. In fact, at CQC, we didn't even hire our first in-house architect until this year when we were doing $15 million. Up till then, guys, much like how you'll notice that the best tradesmen are self-employed, and to get them to come work for you W-2, it's gonna require, Jesus, $50, $60, $70 an hour plus a truck, which is crazy. But if you offer them a subcontract, you can get them more affordably because for them, they're so good at their craft, they're so proud that they think they're business owners when in reality they're just self-employed. But that's okay. Same thing on the design side. The barrier to entry for a really good designer, or just like a really good tradesman, to tell their boss to shove it and go out on their own is about a $200 LLC and a $100 insurance payment. That's it, right? So the barrier to entry from your best guy telling you to fuck off and go into business for themselves is about $300. Fucking nothing. So I don't recommend you go out and hire a designer and bring them in-house. What I do recommend is you pull a list together using Google and using LinkedIn and message these people, meet for coffee, and set like a price menu, right? For design drawings, for a kitchen, for a bath, for an addition. That way you know what your costs are, and then turn around and with your clients, instead of doing these free bids, tell them that we're not going to be able to provide a bid until we have permittable plans, right? What we tell them is, look, you could go work with an architect. Architects typically charge $300 an hour. We charge $150 an hour, so you can get the same product at half the cost. Why? Because we have the same relationships the architects do with engineers and with designers. So you don't need that architect, number one. Number two, you can get the same product for less cost. And number three, what we do, Mr. Customer, is we price our design retainer. It's a retainer we bill against like a lawyer. We price our design retainer at 10% of the high-end ballpark I just gave you for what I think this job should cost, right? And that number is 50% accurate. A lot of that's gonna change based off of the finishes that you select and the features you select, okay? And again, I can't give you that hard price until we have these permittable plans for me to get accurate takeoffs to go get pricing for you. And so, Mr. Customer, with that retainer, we'll bill against that retainer at $150 per hour. And if you hold up your end of the bargain and you make your selections on time and you're responsive in our request for information with you, there will be overage in that contract. There will. And in any overage that's left over in your design retainer, we credit to your build if you choose us to do the build.
Hey there, if you're getting value from these videos, could I ask you to click the like button and smash, just subscribe to the channel.
We're the only company in Raleigh, Durham that does this, Mr. Customer, that allows you to own the designs and you can go ahead and go shop them if you want. In fact, I want you to know that you're getting the best value for the dollar. What are they gonna do? Say no? You've just shown that you're half the cost of an architect. They need this anyway. So instead of charging $500 for an estimate, like some guys do, or charging nothing, I have a better idea. For that $100,000 kitchen, how about we charge charge 10 grand, right? We'll end up paying a designer anywhere between, $3,000 and $4,000 for the completed set of design drawings, or the designer drafter between the two. We'll end up paying an engineer maybe $1,000, $1,500 for the stamp. What did we just do? We cleared $4,500 in order to put together a bid. That's way better than $500. Do you think that homeowners could be more committed? And so when I talked about how to make these free, right? What I found is it costs about $1,500 worth of advertising to acquire a contract. Doesn't matter if it's an addition, doesn't matter if it's a kitchen or a bath. For us at CQC, I know that it's gonna take about 10 leads to get a design contract, and each lead, each shown appointment costs us about $150 worth of advertising. So $1,500. But guess what? The sales cycle on that is less than 6 weeks. So you put that advertising on a credit card, you go out, you sell that design agreement, you collect all that money up front, that 10 grand retainer. It's a retainer. There is no deposit. It's a fucking retainer. It's all due right now. And you book your $5,000 gross profit. So what did that $5,000 of gross profit cost you? Well, it cost you $1,500 of advertising. So within 45 days of putting that $1,500 on a credit card, you're able to collect $4,000 or $5,000 back in gross profit on the design agreement. You pay off the credit card and you go do it again. Or if you're like CQC, you know, for every design agreement we sell, we reinvest the gross profit from the design contract back into advertising. So every customer's bringing you 3 more, right? It's free money. The customers are paying your advertising bill. Guys, if you adopt just this one practice, I promise you, like, your business is never gonna be the same. Because when you know that it's gonna cost $1,500 to acquire a contract, are you really gonna are you gonna advertise for bathrooms anymore? Fuck no. Yeah, I mean, kitchens is still a big maybe. I prefer additions and ADUs and whole house remodels. Bigger tickets, it's gonna cost the same amount of advertising to get that deal anyway, right? So just food for thought, guys. Think about how you can acquire a couple subcontracted design relationships, a couple subcontracted engineer relationships, and then give a really hard look at paid advertising and engineer your pricing in such a way. Some people, 10% seems too expensive. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've seen a lot of my colleagues pricing their design agreements at 6%. We did that initially too, but what we found was going from 6 to 10 didn't affect the close rate at all, especially when you have that overage clause where if there's any overage left in the contract, we credit it towards build. But guess what? Whatever that overage is, we'll just find a place to pack that into our build agreement so it doesn't really cost us anything. So guys, again, food for thought. This is how you get your customers to pay for themselves to become your clients. I don't know of any other way. Again, go out and get a drafter relationship, a designer relationship, an engineer relationship, and then get your advertising game on. Focus on, again, the high-end market, no smaller than a kitchen. I'd prefer you target additions, but if you're not ready for that, I understand. Just don't advertise bathrooms. It's a waste of your fucking time. But high-end kitchens, 100 grand or more, you can get away with 80. But the point is, you charge 10% of your ballpark, which should be at a minimum 80K. Even at an $8,000 design fee, you know, on that kitchen, you should be paying a designer about $2,500 to $3,000 to give you a complete set of design drawings that you could do a permit off of. And then from there, you get an engineer stamp if there's anything structural, otherwise pocket the rest, put the money back, you pay off your credit card for your advertising bill and go do it again. So guys, that's all I got for you. Food for thought. This is how you get free high-end customers with profit immediately without picking up a hammer, without wasting any time with people who aren't gonna pay you what you're worth. So let me know what you think in the comments and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
Inside the notes, you'll find a link to our free exclusive group for Remodel business owners where we post daily tactical training to improve your bottom line. So go check it out.